In this video, we're going to be discussing how to self-apply a tourniquet on the arm. Greetings, my name is Ben, and I'm the lead instructor of TRIDENT PATRIOTS USA. Remember that a tourniquet cannot go on your neck, and a tourniquet can never be on a joint, either a knee or an elbow. Those are the two major rules of a tourniquet. Okay, so we're going to take a tourniquet out. We're going to make a scenario that I have a wound, a massive bleeding wound on my wrist. Okay, here's my wrist. Alright, the first thing we're going to do from the previous video is identify the wound on the wrist. We're going to take our four fingers, or the palm method, put it above our wound, just like this. Okay, and you're going to see that then we're going to put a tourniquet right here. From the previous video, I showed you how to fold it. So we're going to take it from the folded position. We're going to snap it open, and we're going to put it on the arm just like this. Alright, remember, right on the wrist is the injury, four fingers above the wound. Alright, you're going to grab this red tab and you're just going to pull. Just like this. You can move the tourniquet side to side as you're pulling it. Maintain pressure from the left arm if you're on the left arm and while you're pulling. Okay, I'm going to bring it up just a little bit higher because it's always better to apply a tourniquet higher than it is to be too low. From this position, we're going to apply Velcro on Velcro. You hear that? Velcro on Velcro, just like that. Alright, you're going to have a lot of Velcro left, but we'll worry about that in a minute. Next, you'll take the turnstile just like this, and you're going to twist it as many times as possible. Due to different tourniquets and different injuries, there's not one set amount of turns that you must do, as long as you stop the bleeding and it cannot restart. So, I'm going to lock it in place, just like that. Okay, remember, it needs to be locked just like that. Alright, from there, okay, my hand right here is having a hard time opening. All right. Anyway, the bleeding is stopped. Now you have a lot of tourniquet left. All right. From here, you're going to wrap it around the turnstile as many times as possible with the Velcro facing down. Okay. Like this. Okay. Because if you have the Velcro facing up like this, Velcro can catch on something and it can pull and come undone. So we want the Velcro to be facing in. You cannot see the Velcro at all. And you will be wrapping it around the turnstile as many times as necessary until it's short enough to come across the front. Just like that. With the other fingers, you need to grab the white tape, put it over just like that, and you're almost finished. Since I have a little bit of Velcro right here, I'm going to fold that in just like this. And now there's no Velcro to get caught on anything. All right, so remember, the reason for a tourniquet is to stop massive bleeding. All right, this injury was squirting massive amounts of blood, and I applied the tourniquet to stop the bleeding. The main purpose of the tourniquet is to stop massive bleeding so it cannot restart again. Now you've completed it. We'll do one more scenario. Remember at the beginning of our video, I said that there are two rules. The first rule is it cannot go around your neck, and the second rule is it cannot go on a joint. All right, so we will have an injury on our elbow. All right, here's the elbow here. We're going to identify the wound. It's on the elbow. We're going to use the four-finger or palm method to measure above the wound. It's always better to put the tourniquet higher than it is to put lower. Okay, so I've identified the wound. I measured it with my hands. I got my tourniquet ready, just like this. Okay, I'm going to pop it open so it can look like this. I'm going to swing it up here to the location that I spotted after measuring it with the palm of my hand. You're going to grab that red tab just like this, and you're going to pull, okay? And you can turn it, twist it as you see fit, okay? Just like that. And from there, you apply the Velcro on Velcro. You hear that? Velcro on Velcro. If you put it on half and half like this, it's not going to stick very well. You see that? And it come undone very quickly. So you want to do very well, and you want to put it on just like that. Okay? Now, before we continue, if I leave the turnstile on this side, it's going to be a little difficult for you to turn it when you're self-applying it. So you might want to turn it just a little bit towards you so that it can face towards you. Then you're going to twist it as tight as much as possible. Remember, different tourniquets require different amounts of turns. There's not one set amount of turns, but as long as you stop massive bleeding and it cannot restart again, you've properly applied the turnstile. After this, you'll need to grab the rest of the Velcro here, because if you don't, it can get caught on something. It can come undone and the bleeding will continue. Okay. okay? Depending on how much Velcro you have, it's how many times you're going to wrap it around. After that, you're going to put it right through here with your other fingers. While I hold it with my pinky, hold it with any other fingers. I'm going to grab that white tape and put it over just like that. And you see how there's a little bit of Velcro here left? I'm just going to fold that in just like that. And there you go. The last step is to put the time on there. All right, and you do not take it off until professional medical personnel takes it off for you. And if it's very painful, you've done it correctly. If it's not painful, you did not do it correctly, and they're still bleeding. I remember in the last two videos, I explained to you how I teach and how I fold the tourniquet, okay? There are many ways of folding a tourniquet. This is just the way that I prefer doing it, all right? You're going to open the tourniquet all the way with the red tab facing down, okay? And you're going to hold it by the buckle, okay, with the turnstile facing out. From there, you will bring the end of your tourniquet with the red tab, all right, with the Velcro facing out, okay? It does not need to be facing in. It needs to be facing out, just like this, all right? So you're going to put that red tab, through the buckle. You're going to pull it. Now, how much do you pull? You measure with the palm of your hand all the way to your middle finger, okay? So I'm going to measure it just like this. Middle finger up here, the palm of my hand, right there. And then what I'm going to do is just put it Velcro on Velcro. Just like that, nice and even. Okay, now you have a circle. All right, from there, you will grab the clip part where the white tab is, just like this. Okay, you're going to kind of make it even with the red tab facing down. Okay, white tab facing up, red tab facing down. And all you're going to do is just fold it in, just like that. Okay. With that being said, you're going to have two locations to put your hands in, okay? For you to start, you want to put your hand on the spot that's closest to the red tab. All right, you want to pop it open, just like this. And then you can put it on the arm, okay? Remember, if it's on the leg, you need to open the tourniquet all the way before you apply it. All right, I hope you learned something new today.